Fantastic. Lewis, what are you playing tonight? That's a beautiful guitar.
This is my first electric guitar. I've had this guitar since I was 17 years old.
That was your first electric guitar?
Yeah.
How many instruments do you play, Lewis?
A few.
You have a guitar back there?
I got a guitar, I got a trombone.
Now, when's that one? You got a trombone and a guitar back there?
Yeah.
Okay. That's very different than guitar playing. What's the different skill required for trombone playing that you don't need for guitar playing?
Embouchure.
Embouchure?
Embouchure.
What is embouchure?
That is the positioning of your mouth so that you can change the tone in a brass instrument between the partials of the instrument.
The partials.
You played
partials.
You played baritone for a skit, right? Yeah, exactly. That's your embouchure. Your embouchure is.
I had to do that once. I was back in the day when I was 24 or something. I had to understudy a part that Steve Carell was doing, and he played the baritone. And I didn't know it was called an embouchure, but I had to learn how to play it in 6 days, and my lips turned into a baboon butt right here.
It happens.
Is that what happens if you overblow your embouchure?
It's actually the same mouthpiece as a trombone.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Maybe I should, sit in.
You could do
I
it.
should sit in
You
sometime.
got it, bro. You got it.
I can play Anchors Away.
Come on, hey.
And Taps.
Tap is good.
Coming out in just a few minutes here, we have the lovely, the talented Ricky Gervais is going to be out here in just a moment. He's got his new special on Netflix called Supernature. We often talk about the existence of God or the existence or non-existence of God. I don't know if we're going to do that tonight. We'll probably fight about something.
Probably.
In a friendly way. Or the Lord of the Rings, my two religions. There you go. Folks, if you watch the show, I spent a lot of time right over there cultivating for you the day's biggest stories, plucking the most beautiful and topical news violets and marigolds, stripping the French lavender from the stem, and lovingly pressing them all between the pages of a gilded first edition of Pride and Prejudice. Then I fold them into a dough, hand-rolled from Passini bakery flour, Bordier butter, and chilled Summerdale Devon double cream. Sprinkle them with a pinch of Muscovado sugar and bake them in a La Cornu Grand Palais range to perfectly prep the gourmet floral shortbread cookie that is my nightly monologue. But sometimes, folks, Sometimes I'm nibbled awake by an amorous raccoon in the abandoned walk-in freezer of a haunted bakery in which I have established squatters' rights. I slip into the twisted KitchenAid paddles I call shoes and knife fight a possum for an expired bag of crushed breakfast cereal dust and a broken egg, which I mix with 3 smushed restaurant butter packets I stole from a napping retiree's purse. Pour the rest of a shattered bottle of rubbing alcohol I found in the dumpster out back into a rusty barrel to ignite the hobo fire over which I bake my sludge, then display it in a filthy chef's hat to serve you the deranged Rat King biscuit of news that is my segment. Meanwhile. The golden ticket. That's a golden ticket. Meanwhile, it's the golden ticket waiting for you till the day you die. Meanwhile, in cybercrime news, a guy who sold meth under the screen name Drugs Are Us is going to prison. Drugs Are Us? Wait a second, Jimmy, can we see his mugshot? Oh, Jeffrey, how you've fallen. After getting arrested, Mr. R. Us continued selling drugs from jail. In phone calls that were recorded, including one with his wife, she says to him, "I don't know the login for the other thing, the dark web." To which he replies, "It's Drugs Are Us." That is insane. We have the same password? Meanwhile, Succession star James Cromwell glued his hand to a Starbucks counter in protest, denouncing the surcharge for vegan milk alternatives. That is so inspiring. Reminds me of when Gandhi protested the price of an Aloha pineapple smoothie by zip-tying himself to a Jamba Juice. Meanwhile, in delivery news, when you live in remote Alaska, your DoorDash order comes by plane and can take as long as a couple of days. The reviews are pouring in, and they are as warm as food that spent 2 days on a plane. One Alaskan said, quote, "It's not hot, it's not fresh, but at the same time, it has the flavor you're wanting." Coincidentally, that's also the slogan for Papa John's. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, according to a new study, migrating turtles don't really know where they're going. What a strange way to find out that I'm a migrating turtle. Meanwhile, a man opened an emergency exit of a United Airlines jet, walked onto a wing as the plane taxied at O'Hare's International Airport, and jumped onto the tarmac. To be fair, though, the in-flight movie was Morbius. We'll be right back with Ricky Gervais.